Hey Guardians, welcome back to the channel for another Destiny 2 episode. This news video today is going to be covering a lot of stuff that we've already recapped and going into a ton of spoilers. So please, if you are not wanting to spoil the story of Destiny 2 for yourselves, then you might want to walk away from this video. Now if you're still here, thank you guys so much for the support, and let's get into all this news. First off, the Leviathan raid has been found. We already posted a video detailing how to do the glitch and to get there, but here's the screenshot from a Redditor, I'll link down below. He actually found a way to go into Nessus on the Inverted Spire Strike and find the Leviathan raid. It's a pretty big deal, and it looks exactly like the concept art, which is on the screen now, so enjoy that. That is epic. Next up, new emote types. There are new emote types, and thanks to a Redditor, they post a video footage of an actual emote where a holographic table forms and you're able to flip the table. It's actually pretty awesome. Cannot wait for what other emotes are in store for us in Destiny 2 and what other emote types. This is actually really cool to have a different type of emote. Before it was just our Guardian dancing around and doing something, and now there's actually something happening, something forming in front of us that actually is playing along with our character. So that's actually really cool. Next up is Luke Smith answering questions from the Destiny community on Wired, and he was going over the actual Dubious Volley and how it's not called Dubious Volley like we thought it was. It's actually called Wardrift Coil. This new exotic is in action on the screen now, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. It looks awesome. So now that we actually have a name behind this exotic, cannot wait to obtain. Moving on, we've also got Way of the Sharpshooter Hunter, and Luke Smith pretty much said it was the best PvE subclass for the Hunters. And the Crowd Pleaser perk allows for precision damage, and that precision damage stacks. And every time you get a precision hit and you kill something with it, it actually generates an Orb of Light. This is actually the highest orb generation subclass in Destiny 2 from what Luke Smith has already so far said. He also talked about weapon mods and how they allow you to change the actual damage type on your weapons in the energy slots. And this is actually really good because if you want to change the actual damage type inside of a Nightfall, you'll be able to do that. Before you go into the Nightfall, switch the damage type out to whatever you need it. Say there's a lot of enemies that have solar shields, switch a hand cannon over to solar, and get this. If you use the exact same energy type as the shield you're shooting, when you destroy that shield, it explodes, dealing double damage to the target that it destroyed, and on top of that, dealing an area of effect damage to nearby targets. And Luke Smith also wanted you guys to understand that you will not be able to mod and change the damage type of exotic weapons, so don't get too excited. The next thing Luke Smith went over is mobility, resilience, and recovery. If you want your Guardian to run very fast, then make sure you max out your mobility. If you want your Guardian to feel like a tank, then max out resilience and recovery. Honestly, he did say across the board from Hunter, Titan, and Warlock, you can make any Guardian feel overpowered in any way as long as you have the right armor pieces to do so. And every subclass, every build, has its own armor set suited for that purpose. He didn't go into detail on what armor pieces and armor sets that was, but he did say if you want your Hunter to feel like a Titan from D1, you can. And if you want your Warlock to run super fast, you can. So basically, just build your Guardian to the way you want your Guardian to be. Next, fusion rifles will be getting a nerf thanks to the gameplay from the beta. You can obviously see why. Check it out.
Your charge is set. Let them come. Yes. Now show them the true meaning of war.
Guardian down. Guardian down.
Your moments of clarity are weapons, Warlock. All opponents defeated. I love it.
Lastly, when Luke Smith was asked what weapon he would miss from Destiny 1 the most, he said Fatebringer, meaning Fatebringer will not be returning to Destiny 2, confirmed. Now Guardians, moving on. Some seriously leaked content ahead. And what I mean by seriously leaked is this could ruin the Destiny 2 story campaign for every single one of you. So, forewarned, spoiler alert. If you guys are still watching and you don't want the Destiny 2 story campaign to be ruined for you, turn away from this video now, walk into the other room, and stop listening. If you're still here, let's begin. So on Reddit, a Redditor was allowed to data mine 32,000 plus audio files from the Destiny 2 PC beta. And those 32,000 files ranged from footsteps to little grunt noises that our character or aliens made, to gunfire from different weapons we've never seen or heard from yet, and actual audio file conversation in-game that has not been played yet. So let's go over the tidbits of news and information that have the most importance. First off, there was an audio file that mentioned Master Raoul and Banshee 44 are still alive. So the gunsmith and the Cryptarch from the tower are still alive. Whether or not they play the same role in Destiny 2's campaign story is yet to be seen, but they do still exist. The next audio file talked about an alliance with the Fallen, and it's brought up specifically during a conversation about how to flush out the Hive from Titan, which will be a location destination that we go to. So it's really cool. We might actually pair up with the Fallen and fight the Hive and try to remove them from a specific destination in our Destiny 2 campaign. A new announcer also exists for the Trials of the Nine, and Trials of the Nine is now specifically confirmed, and a mystical female voice is in charge. Preferably probably going to be the Emissary of the Nine from that trophy, which is Lest Ye Be Judged. It also seems that Trials will also be both survival game type and countdown. Not elimination, but survival and countdown, which is really interesting. Sloan is a new character in charge of the Titan as its NPC, kind of like Devrim K the 8th over in the EDZ, European Dead Zone. There's also an audio file where you can hear them say, what if we try diplomacy, what if we let them have the Traveler, and this believed to be from a random NPC, so that's pretty interesting. Why would you want to give up the Traveler to the Cabal? Next audio file is a static Y voice talking about the 9 Exos, Skolas, and Dead Resting. I'm not sure what these 4 things have in common, but it's really interesting to note that they are mentioning Skolas, which is probably going to be an important concept to the Destiny 2 story, maybe, but I thought Skolas was supposed to be dead. I'm not too sure. Leave a comment down below what you think. Now, Guardians, there are 5 audio files remaining, and these are much larger spoilers, so be warned once again. A new villain named Thuros, potentially the name of the consul or someone after Gaul, was brought up, meaning that Gaul might be the lower power being controlled by a higher power, and don't expect Gaul to be the final raid boss in the Leviathan raid. It also seems like there's a new tower, because the old tower is mentioned on multiple occasions. I have the light. I alone am worthy of the light is a statement made by either Gaul or Thuros, meaning that the Cabal do get power of the light, which is pretty scary. Imagine a giant Cabal leader wielding a golden gun or a Nova bomb. Kinda scary. Cayde also gets his arm shot off, which is a pretty big deal, and a really big game changer. I'm really surprised to see that there's something so bad that happens in Destiny 2's story that Cayde actually loses his arm. And now for the final one. I have to warn every single one of you once again, for the largest leak of them all, this will ruin the entire game of Destiny 2 for you and its story if you actually listen to what I have to say. So again, be warned, turn away from your computer now if you don't want to hear the leak. Now let's begin. The leak is, a new golden age dawns by the Traveler reawakening. That's right, it chose to be asleep for some reason, and now it's going to reawaken to help the Guardians propel themselves into a new golden age. Remember, we're in the time period on the timeline where the collapse has happened, and the golden age is kind of old history, and everything that was created by the Traveler during the golden age is now gone. All of the cities on Mars are destroyed, all of the cities on Venus are destroyed, and everything else has been destroyed. The only thing that really exists now is the farm, and the Cosmodrome, and the tower, and the city. That was it. And now that the city and the tower are destroyed, there's literally only the farm. So that's a huge deal. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, drop a like. Share it with your fellow Guardians, leave some comments, thoughts, and opinions down in the comment section below on all the topics that you heard today in today's video. And as always, perfect time to subscribe for future Destiny 2 content on this channel. And if you've already been subscribed, thank you all so much for the support. We're almost to 35,000 subscribers. I cannot believe I'm saying that. That's insane. Again, thank you all for the support. Huge shout out to the patrons. And as always, Guardians, stay violent, be privileged.